a special ETalk.
I didn't come from anything. I had no connections. I had no money. I hustled my way here.
From gospel singer to global superstar, Katy Perry's living life on top. And she's bearing all in a candid new documentary.
I thought it was necessary for it to be real and honest and vulnerable, and to show that you don't have to be perfect in order to achieve your dreams and your goals.
Since releasing One of the Boys in 2008 and Teenage Dream in 2010, she's become the first female to have 5 #1 singles on one album, sold more than 11 million copies worldwide, spent more than 52 consecutive weeks in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10, and now with her own movie, it's safe to say she's one of the most recognizable figures on the planet.
I think it's important for me to do everything with integrity and respect. And I don't think I've lost my moral compass.
But life in the spotlight isn't always glamorous.
Maybe that's how they concocted this rumor, but I mean, God, the internet and rumors.
So join us as we get up close with the girl behind the glitter about film, fame, fans, and fashion.
I wanted to know how you describe your personal style.
Oh, full-on weirdo.
Full-on weirdo.
No, I don't.
And take you inside her Toronto premiere, where she gives her fans the ultimate surprise.
They just thought they were coming to see a preview of the film, but really they were coming to see me in real life, too.
Get ready as ETalk presents Katy Perry, Part of Me.
Okay, let's start with a bang. When you hear Katy Perry, one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, what do you feel?
Oh, I think that would be feeding into my narcissism if I answered that question. I kind of just still think I'm kind of normal, although I've never really been normal. I think that's been to my advantage. I don't know. I'm just happy that I get to check off my goal list one by one.
Let's go back to Teenage Dream. You've got so many great songs on this one album, 5 #1 hits. The only other time it was done was by Michael Jackson. You're the first woman to do that. That's got to be a sense of pride in knowing that, to be the first to do that.
It's very wonderful, this feeling, and to be able to achieve all of my dreams so far. I think what really works for me is that a lot of these songs are just kind of like my diary.
Katy's life has been an open book since shooting to stardom in 2008 with her summer anthem, I Kissed a Girl. And her true fans know there's a lot to be learned by listening closely to her lyrics.
They're like my honest life on paper and put in a song. And that's what I'll continue to do, even with my next record, is be honest and try and connect to that emotional chord in people, because everybody has like situations and problems and things, and we all think that they're unique and no one else could possibly relate to them. But then you hear a song that talks about them or deals with a subject that you're going through, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's kind of just like me, and you realize we're all like each other. And it's nice to have a soundtrack to get through obstacles in life.
Music doesn't exist in a vacuum. You need someone to sing it, and you need someone to listen to it. It must be very satisfying to know that so many people are listening to your music and responding to it.
I love the response. I am very thrilled. I go on Twitter, and if I'm ever feeling kind of like down or stressed, I literally just go to my replies and I see the people in the response, and it reminds me of what I'm doing and that it's good in some ways.
Katy may not have as many followers as some of her peers, but she's definitely no slouch at 21 million and counting. And with all those eyes fixated on her every move, she knows she must act accordingly.
I think it's important for me to do everything with integrity and respect, and I don't think I've lost my moral compass, and I try and just plant good seeds in the world, But what's right for me may not be right for everybody else, and that's something I always say. I'm not the type of person that can be like, well, you should try this at this time, or you can be a part of this, because sometimes they don't have the same support system as I have, and they don't have the same upbringing, and we're all different, and so our choices should be choices we make as individuals, not just because I say so.
So you don't worry, you don't say to yourself, oh, I wonder how the fans are going to react to this or that.
Well, I know I have responsibility. I know that in some ways I'm kind of like a CEO now. And I always said that, like, I'm the biggest domino, and if I fall, everybody falls behind me. So it's not like I can always be wild and crazy, but I'm going to still be myself, and that's what is right for me.
Coming up,
what would fans be most shocked to see in this movie?
I think they're going to be shocked that I let them see me with no makeup a lot.
Really, yeah?
Well, I mean, when I wake up, I do not look like this. This is the smoke and mirrors.
what it's like having a film crew track your every move.
I think that it's good to break down the barrier and to show that really I'm just a normal girl from Santa Barbara that had a seed of an idea, and I watered that forever, and it's become this big thing now.
And later,
They think they're seeing a movie in 3D, but I want it to be like 4D.
Katy drops in on a group of unsuspecting Toronto fans. A lot has happened in Katy Perry's life, both on and off stage, since cameras started rolling before her California Dreams tour began back in February 2011. In the midst of Katy's 124 sold-out shows across North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Australia, the film also captures the unraveling of the singer's short-lived marriage to comedian Russell Brand. Marrying in October of 2010 and subsequently filing for divorce in December of 2011, we get an inside look at the highs and lows of superstardom.
Did you place any limits on what you were going to show your fans in this movie, or did you say, no, what you see, I'm just going to let this thing play out?
I wanted it to be tasteful, of course, but I thought it was necessary for it to be honest and vulnerable, and to show that you don't have to be perfect in order to achieve your dreams and your goals. Because I think sometimes the world has this perspective on being successful that you have to have something or be like this famous person. Just be yourself. That's kind of my motto.
And if all this sounds familiar, it's because Katy's story is similar to Justin Bieber's, whose path to stardom is well documented in his own flick, Never Say Never.
There's no music, though. It's all in my head. It's in my heart, actually.
You don't have to come from something. You know, I didn't come from anything. I had no connections. I had no money. I hustled my way here.
What would fans be most shocked to see in this movie?
I think they're going to be shocked that I let them see me with no makeup a lot.
Really, yeah?
Well, I mean, when I wake up, I do not look like this. This is the smoke and mirrors. But I think that it's good to break down the barrier and to show that really I'm just a normal girl from Santa Barbara that had a seed of an idea, and I watered that forever, and it's become this big thing now.
And it's a pretty ambitious vision for the 27-year-old, who even put up $2 million of her own to fund the project.
It's not just a concert movie.
No, not at all. It's showing you kind of what's under the hood. It's showing you the engine of this whole operation, and it's showing you that there's a lot of hard work, and sometimes there are curveballs and obstacles, but you can get through them if you really want to.
And then they threw 3D at you in it as well.
Why not?
Yeah.
I like things to be bigger and bigger, and 3D makes them right in your face. Well, and all those unflattering shots that I left in the film. I'll be even more bloated.
Thank you so much for believing in my weirdness.
I didn't really know it was going to be a big Hollywood movie. Like, for instance, they're putting up these posters in Los Angeles right now while I'm away, and I'm going to come home and I'm going to see myself on billboards. I'm going to be very freaked out, but very flattered.
But it sounds like music will continue to be her main focus, for now anyway.
Do you think you're going to, I don't know, produce, write, do more? Is it more involved in the movie business?
The movie industry is a very different industry, one that is not like the music industry much, and I'm finding that out and learning. I'm soaking up all the information, and it's political. It's maybe a little bit more political than the music industry, because with music, it's kind of like I write the songs, you know, they're from me, and I make sure they are played out a certain way. I get to call all the shots. It's a lot more communal and community with the movie industry, and you don't necessarily always get to go into the editing bay, which frightens me.
You sound like you've had a lot of control over...
I'm a control freak.
Are you?
A bit.
But that's got to be...
I'm a bit OCD.
Yeah. Really?
Seriously,
Do you see that in the movie?
That may not be that interesting in the movie to see, but you do see that, like, if something is not lined out or put the way it is, I make sure to fix it.
Yeah. After the break,
We're behind the scenes. We're in the back of a movie theater because I just went and surprised all my fans.
the ultimate 4D fan experience.
What inspired you to do this?
Well, they think they're seeing a movie in 3D, but I want it to be like 4D.
Katy's been surprising fans all over the world, and only Tracy scores the backstage interview in Toronto. Plus, the inspiration behind her new movie.
I think she's amazing, and she's evolved so many times, and she still kicks ass in her wise age.
First London, then Los Angeles, and now Toronto. Katy's fans are always her #1 priority, so she's giving them the ultimate experience as she travels the globe promoting Part of Me, and only we're backstage to greet her following the frenzy.
We're behind the scenes. We're in the back of a movie theater because I just went and surprised all my fans to do a surprise screening because they just thought they were coming to see a preview of the film, but really they were coming to see me in real life too.
What inspired you to do this?
Well, they think they're seeing a movie in 3D, but I want it to be like 4D. It's just fun to be able to make people smile and for them to light up and give them something that they never thought that they would have. I love doing that. I do that in my personal life with my family. I like to share all of my experiences with my friends. I always take everyone along for the ride, so my fans deserve to go along on this ride.
With Katy already in town for the MMVAs, the rumors were swirling she'd show up.
What makes your fans truly special?
Oh, I don't have to even say that. They just know. Well, you know what? I kind of consider my fans to be like a community, really, more than fans, because we're all equal. I'm just a person that had a little dream and made it a reality. So whenever I am in contact with people that like me, and I just try and keep it as like normal and chill as possible, just kind of like as though we've been friends for a long time.
Looking at yourself on the big screen for the first time, what was your reaction?
That it's very colorful. No, I mean, we filmed over 300 hours, and there's a lot of extra footage, and there's a lot that we had to go through in order to get this story. But really, it's spectacular, and that's what I wanted. I didn't just want to have a movie in 3D. I wanted it to be of a different level, of a different standard, so that maybe if my peers decide to do this type of movie, they're like, well, we want to do it like Katy Perry. And I just think that you feel like you're kind of linked arm in arm with me along on the same ride, on the same journey. It's like right here. So it's a very all-access feeling.
Your fans idolize you, and people around the world idolize you. Was there anybody that you looked up to when you were growing up?
Madonna. I think she's amazing, and she's evolved so many times, and she still kicks ass in her wise age. And I love her evolution and what she brought to the table visually. Every time it was like a great song and a great visual to go along with it. So I kind of I'm hoping to emulate her career. I think people love the idea of a good girl gone bad.
I love that you said Madonna because Truth or Dare was one of my first concert movie experiences.
Yeah, that's what kind of influenced, Truth or Dare kind of influenced me to make this doc.